Hey guys, I'm Mike Bills with Measurable Solutions. Today we are here for Whiteboard Wednesday, so welcome. We're going to talk about whether or not you are in business to be a firefighter or an owner. And if you think about it, a lot of times as an owner you have this concept, this misconceived notion that it's your job to put out all the fires, etc. And the answer to that is really, if you want to be a firefighter, go be the fire chief, because you should be the one that's not in charge of putting out all the fires. Get your staff to be able to put out the fires. First of all, don't even let the fires exist, but let's say that we got to take this in a gradient step. Let's work on getting staff to be able to put out the little fires themselves with garden hoses and not need the big fire truck to show up. And it's only for really huge problems that the big fire truck and the fire chief show up. So how do we do that? Well, we got to make sure that our staff are able to handle the problems that come along. And it's really a matter of, you got to anticipate, as the fire chief, you have to anticipate all of the different problems that your staff are going to encounter. You are very skilled at handling those problems as they arise. But the problem is your staff are not capable of handling it as they arise. And so you end up having to be the firefighter that comes in, and it takes you out of being the owner. And so every time you have to stop being the owner for a moment and go put out that fire, it's really because your staff aren't able to do so. So increase your staff's ability, drill things with them, lay out scenarios. This happens, and when you know this happens, and it's happened to you in the past, empower your staff, give them the skills that they need to be able to handle that, right? The second thing you got to do is you have to have hats. Your staff have to have hats. Whose job is it to handle whatever it is? It's a billing question. That's potentially not your front desk person's job. It's your billing person's job. But the problem is the front desk person is trying to answer the question. And really what she's doing in that case, or he, is throwing more fuel on the fire. And now before you know it, the fire is a much bigger fire, which requires, guess who to show up? The fire chief. Now you're not the owner, you're the fireman. And you're putting out fires. But if you get that person to know who does what and get that hat in and somebody wearing that hat and doing that job, and they can pass that responsibility on, now you have little firefighters underneath you who can take care of all of the little fires that happen. Because fires are going to happen in your practice. You just need your staff being the firefighters while you're the owner. And the third thing really is, and we talk about this on Whiteboard Wednesday probably every Wednesday, if not every other Wednesday, it's training, right? Once you've got a hat and people know who it is, you've got to make sure that that person is constantly trained in whatever the fires are that are going to happen. That's your job as the owner. Your job as the owner is to be the firefighter trainer and let your staff be the firefighters. So get these things in place. Get staff more able to handle those fires. Let them handle them when they're small fires so they don't end up being big fires. Make sure that they know who handles it and that that person that handles it has got a hat on how to handle it. And then make sure that everybody's trained, and before you know it, you aren't the firefighter anymore. You're the owner, sitting in the office, making the decisions, helping to grow your practice, and being happy and keeping everything running nice and smooth. So get those steps in place. I'd love to hear how things are going for you. We've been doing Whiteboard Wednesdays now for a while. Please share your wins, because they are our wins. We love to know how things are going. And also, if you got questions and concerns, share those in the comment section below as well. And guess what? Next Wednesday, 7 days from now, there's another Whiteboard Wednesday, and I'm looking forward to seeing you then. Take care. Have a great day.